Cool. And we're live.
All right,
All right, mate.
me.
Been a bit of a manic rush today, but
Yeah,
our Friday slot is as regular as always. Oh,
yeah,
I've been less up for it because I've had a few good weeks, and this week I've it's proper got to me because I fucked it so royally.
yeah. It was one of those weeks where either there was no middle ground. It was either you did really well or really bad. Really, I
I
think.
was actually surprised at how high the a lot of the scores were. Matt's here. Yes, Matt. Okay, the standard intro. Um, yeah, I only looked like yesterday, and I was a bit surprised at how high the scores were because I thought, well, I didn't do that well, but like not many other people would have done that well. Like the captain choice was hard, but then I
Yeah,
looked, fucking Coutinho, that was basically the one, wasn't it? Like if you add him,
Coutinho was the one. Didn't have him at all, let alone captain.
yeah. So if you add him and if you captained him, which I actually noticed a few people did, then that was it. That's the difference for this
Yeah,
week.
there was basically four high point scorers. It was Coutinho, Trent, KDB, and Reece James. But obviously, didn't start the second game, injured again.
Yeah, so I had Reece James at least, but then yeah, Trent, me not having him has been costly the last few like months, really shocking. And then also Johnny Cash, is it Johnny Cash is the
Matty
singer?
Cash.
I always getting mixed up with the singer Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
Bashowski, Matty Cash. Yeah,
Mosky, yeah.
Pernell had him, I think, 20. Oh no, he showed Pernell sent me the biggest points of the week, 214 with a
I
bench
thought
boost.
it'd be over 200, man. Yeah.
And that was Coutinho captain, Cash 29 points for Cash.
29. How did you get that?
Yeah,
Two
I
clean
don't know.
sheets and he
He got a
scored.
goal, I guess. I don't know. I haven't looked into it properly.
Yeah.
Bonus, I guess, in both games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that biggest score of the week is mental, absolutely mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it. Get your screen up and we'll start having a look. But yeah, where I messed up as well is that I thought I took a -8 and I'd actually taken a -12. Like I must have, because I did my transfers, like I did them in like 3 goes. I just forgot about
Yeah.
like one of them, I think. Which, yeah, and I mean, I can't complain in that sense. I can't complain too much because Reece James was the last one I did, and like that, I would have been worse off if I didn't do that one.
Yeah.
But what fucked me was Saint Maximan only got 1 point, and also he got 1 point. He came on as a sub in the first game and didn't play, and wasn't even on the bench in the second. So what's that
Yeah.
about? He had a recurrence. I guess his injury must have recurred.
Yeah. I hadn't
So
heard anything, but yeah.
so sorry, because if he just didn't come on, I would have had Saka for a 12. At least
Uh-huh.
I would have been like only just off your score actually.
Yeah.
If that. So yeah, dry. Let's have a look at yours before we look at mine. Fuck it. But yeah, Coutinho. Do you know what with Coutinho? It's the worst thing is I think we've obviously talked about him on the pod, but I've never seriously considered getting him in. To be honest.
Nah, neither have I. It was obvious as well. Well, I say
And,
obvious. Villa have been like hit and miss, but this week they've been absolutely on it. So
yeah, well, they ended up being the double that was the one,
yeah.
and they were the double that I didn't put any players in for. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereas I put my eggs in the Southampton basket and they royally fucked it. So Walker
Yeah.
Peters, he got injured in the whatever it was, FA Cup. You have to excuse me, I'm on the Chromebook tonight, so it's not ideal. Yeah, he didn't start the first game and they got thumped anyway, 4-0. And then obviously they lost last night 2-1. He played. It looks like he had a couple of assists, but unfortunately the other blue that brought in, which was Broha, did fuck all. He spooned a few chances. Ward-Prowse captain was a shocker as well. You would have thought over 2 games he would have got something, but I mean, the first game, I watched the first game. There was a period, yes, they were like 3-0 down against Villa. They like conceded 3 in like, I don't know, like 20 minutes. And then Southampton were all over him. Like he had about 8 corners in like 10 minutes and they were all absolutely prime, but just like no one could get on the end of it. So yeah, that didn't work out. Willock didn't work out, even though they got 2 good results. He didn't do nothing. So yeah, really, what saved me was KDB, which I don't think many people have got. James and Trent.
Yeah.
I think my bench was poor. Yeah, so
True. Yeah, the Broha transfer for me that hasn't worked out. I was obviously happy that Salah didn't do anything at least, but I was hoping that a few more people would have. But because it was a double week for a lot
double.
of
Yeah,
teams, he wasn't captained by many. James, do you know what his sitch is? Like, is he going to be back this week or?
nah, he's not going to be back. I don't think.
Fuck's sake.
So luckily, I've got a decent enough team without him, so I'm just going to have to put him on the bench. I think rather than I've got to the point now where I've got to really clamp down on transfers because, yeah, I'm spending a lot and they're not paying off. So I've got an all right team for this week. Not too bad.
Yeah. So Newcastle have got another double, but they're pretty hard. Well, we'll get into the fixtures actually. We'll get into it after.
Yeah, let's just have a quick look at yours as well, so you can just.
Yeah. Probably some of the other teams would be more interested in our leagues. They did better, but mine, yeah, like I say, the -12 fucked me.
Yeah.
Man City having 6 points from 3 Man City players, even though they beat Man City, they beat Man U 4-1.
4-1, yeah.
That is unfortunate, really. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. And Jimenez didn't start the first game, did he?
Jimenez didn't start. I don't know what that's about. Why aren't they starting him in some games? He's clearly their best striker by a fucking mile.
Yeah.
I do not get that. I honestly do not get that. At least he got the goal, so it wasn't a complete disaster. Livramento 1 point from 2 games. St. Maximin 1 point from 2 games. This is a good case study for how the going for doubles just isn't necessarily the one, like especially
I've learned the hard way definitely on that. Just what's the point spending like -8, -12 to get players in that are playing for shit teams that can't guarantee anything? Yeah.
I mean, for Villa, well worth it. If I gone for fucking Coutinho and a Villa defender, then fine. But yeah, I mean, it hasn't worked out. And now I'm lumped with Southampton and Newcastle players. I don't really want.
Thing is, though, Southampton were one of the form teams coming into that week, but they've just fucked it. I think it's because they play that high pressing, they just cannot keep it up. They had an FA Cup game mixed in there as well.
Yeah,
so I think they're just fatigue.
Thomas came off my bench because Maddison didn't play, so that was all right. But Saka with 12, killer. That is a killer. That stung me hard. So if I had just started him instead of Foden or instead of Laporte, like Matt says, and he is completely right, and I do. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, and I do. But hindsight is a big part of fantasy because you look at stuff and you're just like, why? Like, what was I actually thinking?
What did he say? Because I can't see. Hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Yeah. I took Saka out like at the last minute as well, and away to Watford. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just one of those where my thought process wasn't very good. It just wasn't very good. There's no excuse for it, really. And I put Thomas in front of him on the bench, and Thomas, at least he did get the clean sheet. So my in that sense, it was the right sort of idea. But taking the -12 and I thought I took a -8. That was that was fucked. But yeah, not much else to say. I think that basically though it's killed any chance I had of getting that second place, I think. And now my sole focus really is the Foxes and Fantasy head-to-head because even though Pernell beat me this week, I'm still very much in the hunt for that. So at least I'm still in the hunt for a trophy of some sort.
With that, should we have a look at the league?
Yeah.
Where do you want to go first?
Maybe let's look at the head-to-head, seeing as I just mentioned it. I don't know if Perns is watching, but he had a double whammy against me because he beat us in our own head-to-head and in this one. 89 points for Perns, so yeah, fucking good week for him.
Yeah, 109 there as well.
Matt taking that 3 points against Kev is pretty big though. I'll take that, so I appreciate that. Pernell is here. He's watching. Yes, mate. Safe. I mean, Pernell, not to have a go at you or anything, mate. We always appreciate your support. You've been a big fan and big supporter of the pod. But the last few weeks when he's been having a bit more of a tough time, I don't hear from him. No text, no WhatsApp, no sign of him on the podcast. Nothing. He has a good week and fucking he's chirping. He's giving me all the messages. He's on the pod straight away. Do you know what I mean? It's like I turn up every week. I do the pod, good or bad. Do you know what I mean? I'm here, so like I expect the same. But yeah, no surprise. Yeah, been busy. He says, been busy. Sure you have, mate. Sure you have. But yeah, so it was actually a big win for him because he's up there in this league as well.
This guy must be doing all right. He's winning every week, I swear.
Yeah. I think that was a bit of a top of the table clash, actually. Him and Glenn.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look at the league table then, actually, because I think there's a few of us. There's quite a big split between top and bottom. So yeah, Pernell, Gerald, and Alex are all 7-1, pretty strong records, and then me and Kev on 6-2.
Yeah,
but we've all got to play each other still. I reckon those are the top.
I think so. Yeah.
I am no longer the highest point scorer either, although I am still up there. But
Kev.
Yeah, Kev has been very consistent since we started this, to be fair. Rye is still playing, isn't he? Because he still messages about his team and stuff. So
he's just having a mare.
Yeah, he's had a mare since the turn of the year. He's struggled. He has struggled. But maybe playing from far away, it is harder, I think, to keep tabs with all of the fixture changes and all of
when the game week starts and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it looks like there's a top 5 kind of going for it in this league. I'm still in the mix, but I need to get back on track.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe let's just have a look at the Foxton Fantasy League then. So you must still be. You're still.
Yeah, I think I did have a quick look at it the other day. I think
Taj had a really good week. I think
Taj had a good one, and I think Billy or Dom.
Say with a head-to-head. Well, next year I really do want to have a Div 1 and 2 and like 20 teams in each. And
yeah,
we can do a full league with like promotion and relegation.
Yeah,
I don't know whether like everyone who's in the head-to-head this year should automatically be in the first division next year.
I reckon so. They're the loyal.
They're the loyal ones, plus the people from the Foxton Fantasy, because it's a bit weird as well that we've got some people in one and not in the other.
Yeah,
we need to like combine it, get everyone in the same one, and then have a Div 2 as well, so we can have promotion and relegation.
Look at this, Billy and Page level on 1787.
Yeah, huge, mate. To be fair, they're not a million miles off you anymore, are they?
I know, mate. Honestly, I've gone right down. I was about 150 points ahead of these boys at one point. Like, they're not. What are they? 40. That can change in 2 weeks if I have a mare.
I reckon Billy's doing these like ayahuasca sessions in Peru, and he's just having like epiphanies of like who's in and shit. Like he's having visualizations of what's going to happen because he has been on it ever since he got there. I swear. I thought he was going to go the other way. I thought he'd tank.
Yeah, same.
He's doing quality.
I think we should have a look at the 3 highest.
Picking me again for fuck's sake as well. This me and Matt thing is like. Like it's literally a seesaw.
Yeah, you're -12. Fuck you. You would have been on the same.
Yeah, well, it's the same happened to him the week before, didn't it? So swings and roundabouts, as they say.
Let's see what Billy's been up to, what he's been fantasizing about. Pretty solid defense.
And fuck,
yeah,
6 points is unreal.
The captain choice was huge this week.
Matt said Bill's doing what? I'm not going to say anything else, but it's not really my position to say, but he's in Peru, so yeah, man. You only go to Peru to do 1 or 2 things, I think. Like, so yeah, you can read between the lines.
He's gone to see Paddington Bear. That's where he's from, isn't it?
Is that where he's from?
Yeah, I think so.
He's got to just learn Spanish, I think. Yeah, learn Spanish to Paddington Bear. But yeah. But yeah, it's the Coutinho captain, man. Absolutely huge.
Yeah, and then just a couple of others dotted in. Yeah, fair play. That was a decent selection. Let's see.
Picchu Pernell said, "Yeah, good point, Machu Picchu." I think he has gone in between all the all the tribal sessions. I think he has visited Machu Picchu on the marmalade with Paddington. That's it. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, Dom had Coutinho as well, but his captain choice let him down. Salah, and yeah, nothing on the bench. So yeah, poor week for Dom.
yeah. Well,
He's gone downhill a bit, hasn't he?
a little bit. Me and Matt are right in the mix with him now.
We got to have a look at Page, considering he's the highest.
Yeah, only person to get over 100.
He spends quite a lot on transfers as well, but he's actually been picking the right one. Oh, for fuck's sake, he's been picking the right ones.
Yeah. I think -8, especially for a double game week. That's what I was feeling. Like, -8 is fine. -12 is too much. It's too much, man. Because if your captain fucks up, then
exactly
you're fucked.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone for Mane. So yeah, that's a good differential.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to be sharing his minutes going forward with now Jota's back and Diaz is looking good.
It's so funny how many people went for like a Livramento or Walker Peters or whatever. No one went for like a Cash or Mings, which would have been.
I think they've been conceding quite a few Villa, so
yeah,
you can see why. A lot of people went for Digne.
Yeah, Digne's a good one because obviously he probably takes. I imagine he's taking some set pieces.
Yeah.
Well, and Mings is a good one because he does actually get the old goal and stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He gets. They definitely aim for him from set pieces.
Yeah. So in a way, Page's team is, again, it's the captain that's done it. Not bad all round, but not setting the world alight. I think he had Salah in goal as well. He obviously got a clean sheet. Yeah, he's a bit of a bargain, he is, isn't he? 5.3. I think they've got third highest clean sheets or fourth. So we better take a look at Pernell's, haven't we, since he's there? Sorry to rub salt into the wounds. Are you there?
My mic, yeah, sorry, yeah, I just realised my mic wasn't fucking on this whole time. Again.
Oh, so you went for Rudiger captain, so like that was a decent shout. Like obviously they only conceded. He didn't play the second game though, I think. That's why he only got 12.
So it's harsh because James would have been a better shout, but I suppose he didn't start. Mate, Mount was the one, wasn't he? And
he's one of those. Whenever I put him in, he doesn't do nothing. So
I
can't trust him.
Yeah.
Dennis is. I mean, this is the time to get him. He's got to be the most transferred out this week, surely.
He has dropped off a cliff. Yeah. Hodgson hasn't made any difference really, has he? Like maybe they just concede a little bit less, but they score less now as well. So
yeah, I mean Dennis has been getting chances because I've got him and Foster. I've watched a bit of their games and he's getting chances, but he's just spooning them horribly. Like he's got a touch of the smallsy, yeah. So
I would say compared to last season, I am watching way less footy at the moment, like way less, which doesn't necessarily make a massive difference, but it doesn't help if
That's what me and Yus were saying last week because we watched Match of the Day. That's the first time I've watched Match of the Day in probably like 2 years, and like you see stuff on there that you're just like, it's the highlights. So obviously, you just see the good bits.
Yeah.
So, you can get some good pointers on there, but
one of those where, like, for example, like Coutinho, I've hardly seen any of his Villa goals or anything. Whereas if I had a few weeks ago seen him on Match of the Day, I probably would have been like, "Oh my god, he's on it!" Like, he does help with little things like decisions like that.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I'm not pinning blame on that. I'm just saying last season, obviously, I was on it both on fantasy and with the amount of footy I was watching as well.
Yeah. Well, it's COVID, wasn't there? There was nothing else to do. We were just stuck in waiting for the 30 to start again. Then once it did, it was like, yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's it.
Maybe Matt's quickly because I think.
Oh, sorry, Matt.
He did say in the comments as well that if only he'd captained Coutinho and not Lukaku. So,
Lukaku, yeah, it was a risky one that didn't pay off. He's changed his name as well to pick your moments. No City.
Yeah, because that would have been big. Lukaku's another weird one, and I just like.
It's just hard with Chelsea because, like, although I am inclined to put Chalobah in, even before he scored last night, me and Yus were saying he's a good shout, 4.7 with the fixtures they got. I think I've seen somewhere that Christensen's off to Barca in the summer, so I imagine well, obviously it's all fucking changed at Chelsea, isn't it? Because they've got all these sanctions.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they're going to start planning around that and be having conversations with the players that are going to be staying or whatever. And can they sell players?
Pernell saying, got other priorities now, is it? In reference to my lack of football watching. That does play a part.
A huge part.
I'm watching a lot of Leicester. Leicester will never, that's always priority number one. But yeah, in terms of the rest of it, that's completely fallen by the wayside. Yeah. Pernell's got his little bunker in with his missus, so he can just hide away and lock the door, and that's how he gets away with it.
Nice.
Yeah, but
as well. It's called uses.
Well. You laid down the groundwork almost immediately, didn't you? I remember you saying, like, basically, this is how much sport I watch. This is the deal, which is a fine shout on your part.
Yeah, can't go back on that. So yeah,
I'm watching a lot of Lion King. Yeah, getting I need to get Simba fucking down the wing, fucking Scar at centre back. The Chelsea situation is mad. To be fair, I mean, obviously Rudiger. It looks like he's probably going to go as well, isn't it? Because his contract's running out. They can't. It sounds like they can't
renew contracts. Yeah, I didn't know that about Rudiger.
The whole situation is weird. Like, how are they gonna? Surely, from Abramovich's perspective, he'll be like, well, he can't put any money in, right? So, and they can't sell any tickets. So, like, I don't know. I imagine they just have a pot of money that they could, like, start using up, or fuck knows.
I don't know, because he's got 1.5 billion in loans against the club, which he's saying he doesn't want paid back. But yeah, they've obviously got all the operating costs. But now that he can't pump money in, I don't know how long that's going to last. They're saying, so they can't buy anyone, they can't renew any contracts. They've got quite a few players coming to the end of their contract, like Livramento as well. And a few of the other youngsters, I think maybe Broha as well. Actually, no, he's one that's just signed a 5-year deal. So he's basically stuck. He's stuck there now. So,
but like, obviously they've got like one of the highest wage bills in the Prem already.
Yeah.
So I just don't know how you can sustain that.
They're gonna. I'm sure they'll relax it, like, in the sense that they'll let him sell the club, because I can't see how that's sustainable. And like, because Chelsea's like, it's an institution, isn't it? So they're gonna. They didn't want Chelsea to be out of business. Although I see that there's a chance that they could go into administration by the end of the season, in which case they could get deducted 9 points.
Yeah, which would that go into this season or next? I don't know.
Yeah, this season.
This season. But they'd probably be right? Because they'll probably still get top 4.
Should be with the fixtures they got. Yeah, they're going to be motivated. Like, I'm sure Tuchel will get them playing. So
that will, in a way, it might light a bit of a fire under them. I think there was a bit of that going on the other day, wasn't there? But yeah, it's just so unknown. It's literally fun. And like, I saw that with the sale, it's like the government now are.
They're basically like the administrators, I guess. Like,
yeah. Which, imagine that, you've got fucking who out of that front bench, the fucking absolutely atrocious front bench that is like, which one of them is responsible for this? Like, is it the Home Office? The
old Lizzie, I reckon.
Fucking, like, literally any of them, they're fucking absolute shambles. I think that's the first time I've ever mentioned politics on this show, but. Abramovich must be like, oh my god, like, I got one of these dealing with a sale.
He obviously knew what was coming, because that's why he obviously he tried to sell the club quick. But with something that size, it's gonna take a while, isn't it, to do all the contractual stuff. So
yeah. All right, cool. Should we get on to? We got about 15 minutes left. Should we get on to what's coming up then?
Yeah, let's have a look.
That is that he played his wild card, so I know that, and he's got a free hit left. So I think with the trickiness of the game week's coming up, I think he might be very well set for those.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have a look in a second. But obviously, we've got that game week coming up where there's only 4 fixtures, I think. But this week, let's look at the fixtures this week. We got a double again. So we got a Liverpool double, Arsenal obviously, but they've got Liverpool, Spurs, Brighton, Everton, and Newcastle. So you'd say the form teams out of those is Arsenal are obviously on form, but we've got Liverpool, so that's not ideal. Spurs, I just don't trust them, and both their games are away. But Kane is on unbelievable form, and Son has not been on such great form, but still chipping in. Newcastle will probably, they've got Everton and Chelsea, so yeah, it's a pretty tricky one to choose who you want. I haven't made any transfers yet, so I've benched James, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doubles, which is not bad.
Yeah.
A few of them are playing against each other, but there's not a lot you can do about that.
No.
So yeah, I'm to be honest, I'm probably not going to make any transfers this week, just because the only one I would make is Dennis for another striker, but all the other striker options in that range aren't really doing it. So yeah, I'll probably be sticking with that.
Yeah, it's another one of them where the doubles, like other than Liverpool, like maybe Arsenal, but they're pretty tough. Like Newcastle have tough doubles.
Yeah,
and Brighton difficult. Tottenham, both of their games are away. One of them is United, who I know aren't exactly on it, but still,
Yeah, and Brighton, I know they're not on it either, but it seems like Spurs. Like I don't know what Everton were doing against Spurs when Spurs beat them 5-0, but they were playing so open, just like it was made for Tottenham. But I think if you're smart and just play so that they can't hit you on the counters, they haven't really got a plan B. So I can definitely see them dropping points out of those 2 games.
Yeah,
and my single game week players are all right because I've still got the 3 Southampton, they've got Watford, and City were obviously absolutely class against United. They've got Palace, although Palace are on a bit of a run and have been a bit of a bogey team for them. But yeah, you'd expect them to get the job done there. I've still got De Gea in goal, which isn't ideal, but he seems to make a lot of saves and he could be good for bonus. So I'm just thinking, why spend -4? Wait, I must have made one. I think I made. Oh, I brought Saka in. Sorry for. Can't think who it was now, but yeah, the double. I just thought my free transfer. I'll just do that.
Yeah. No, it's looking right. Salah's going to be the most captain, isn't he, for sure?
Yeah, I've still got my triple captain, so I could use that, but I'm also tempted to just maybe leave it for a bit because they are 2 away games, and I know they always smash us, but we're pretty good at home, and we did hold them to a 0-0 draw in the League Cup at home. They were fielding a pretty strong team, so I don't think that's going to be an absolute smashing. So yeah, I think I might wait there's going to be more double game weeks to come, so I think I might hold off on using that.
So this is no -4 or anything, you said? Just wait.
Nah, but my issue is that next week we've got this bollocks going on. I've got no Wolves, no Leeds, no Villa. Space. I've got Saka, and that's it. So I'm going to have to free hit that week, basically.
Yeah, I don't have that option. I'm going to have what? I'm going to have like Son. I just took Bowen out, so I got Son, Saka, Jimenez. I think that's it.
Do you want to get your team up?
Yeah. Fuck.
Not really, but yeah.
Fuck. I literally just made my 2 transfers.
Oh, no.
Without actually taking this into account. I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot.
You put in?
Well, I went for 2 Liverpool players because I didn't have any.
Ah, shit.
So basically, oh my God. So I've got.
Well, you were going to have to do that anyway, really, weren't you? So it's not.
I'm just going to have to take like a -8 I could bring it and have like 6 or 7 players basically.
There's going to be a lot of teams that haven't got a free hit left as well, though. So I know you've only got if you can boost up to like maybe like 6 or 7 playing.
Yeah,
I think
I'll have to take a -8 or a -12 and get it to 6 or 7.
you're probably wise to put, because obviously we know Leicester have got games in hand, so you're probably looking at, and they've got the easiest fixture there, I'd say, on paper. So
I know, I've got Thomas as well, but I don't think he'll play. Well, he's still playing at the moment.
Justin's back, isn't he? He's back for the Arsenal game.
Yeah, but Ricardo's still out, Castagna's still out, so Thomas will still be on the left.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just have to hope that he plays basically. So I've got Madison, Thomas, Son, and Jimenez, and Saka. Okay, so I've got 5.
Yeah, so for a -8, you could get 8.
8, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, that's all good. Make sure that they're players that are going to be decent.
Well, obviously, Coutinho's going to have to be one, isn't he?
Who?
Oh no, he's not playing. He's not playing. Sorry, no. So it's probably going to have to be like a Cresswell, maybe Ramsdale for De Gea, Cresswell.
Yeah, because we've got game in hand. Us and Spurs have got games in hand. So I know we've got playing one of our games in hand this week coming, but I think we've still got at least one more. Spurs might be up to scratch after that. So yeah, probably Arsenal and Leicester really.
Yeah. Did you see the Vardy's out for a few weeks ago?
Yeah, man. Koscielny.
Back to Kelechi or Daka. I'm tempted by Kelechi, to be honest, but also Barnes. Like I could get Barnes in for like a Foden. I don't know, but basically, so -8, I'll have 8, -12, I'll have 9. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, and then Leicester, we got doubles coming up, right? So,
yeah,
might as well bring in.
They haven't been scheduled yet, but that's obviously still to come. Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely bring in Leicester players. I mean, I've already got 2, but definitely bring them in. Just looking at some of a couple of the comments. So, wait, I just want to bring. So Matt saying tempted to sack off next week. Don't think that's an option, but he's got might free hit, but may potentially sacrifice a week's points. I don't know about that. I think if you can free hit and have 11 players,
yeah,
there's not going to be a better chance, is there?
Yeah, I think you've got to go down the route of looking at the fixtures. You've got to almost treat it like an ACCA because it's four fixtures and say, right, Wolves, I fancy them to get a clean sheet against Leeds. Put three Wolves defenders in.
Yeah, Leicester against Brentford. I mean,
actually, yeah,
you have started defending a bit better recently.
Yeah, or you mix it up and just play it safe and pick a couple of players from each and hope for the best. But I have to use it because, like I said, I've only got one player, so I'll be putting in like 3 Wolves, 3 Leicester. Then the team that I'm going to be reverting back to is all right, because the week after that shit week, I think you've got City have got someone. I think Liverpool have got a home to Watford, and City have got like Burnley. It's like the 2 best fixtures for City and Liverpool. So I'll revert back to that. So that's all right. Yeah.
Before I fully go into my team, actually, can we just say, so Pernell saying like he lost a free hit that they gave the cunts. We were discussing this before we went on air because I know because Pernell messaged me.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing, is it?
No, because I've still got my second one. And Yus thought that he lost his, but I made him go back through his team and just literally look at every week. And then we found it. He did it in like game week like 8 or something. So
how do you see it in the transfers? No, in the game week history.
Game week history, yeah.
Wait,
if you scroll down to the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, now it says the week.
No, I've only used 1 free hit. I really don't understand that, Perns. Oh shit. Right, no. Well, you wouldn't have 3 though. You'd have because.
Yeah, but he's only used 1.
Yeah. But the first one isn't it only till Jan, and then that one, and then it gets replaced by the second one. So if you didn't use that first one in the first half of the season, it just gets.
I don't know. Was it? I didn't think there was any rules about it. I thought it was used as is. Wait, what week did you?
Yeah, but you already. Oh right, so no, yeah. Sorry, but you because of the extra one, you have 2. I'm thinking about the wild.
Oh no, I know what it is. So, yeah. You can't use free hit 2 weeks in a row. That's what it is.
Pernell. That's it. No,
I saw it in the rules.
So yeah, Matt's saying first free hit expired. That's what I thought, but that's not true. That's the wild card that expires. The free hit, you get it. The extra one was all season. So Pernell, that is it. Davis has explained it for you there. So you can't use both in a row. So
Yeah.
that's why it wouldn't be showing this week.
Yeah, you'll be able to use it next week. Yeah.
Dry. No, good for Pernell, dry for me. Okay, so yeah, there you said huge. Yeah, there you go, mate. There you go. Panic over. So I just brought in Robertson and Mane, so I've gone for Pernell saying for next week, prime, exactly. So for the week where you actually really need
man.
where you want it, you've got it. So happy days. And I'm gonna have 7 or 8 players. So Pernell in our head-to-head, me against him, I think he's on 17 wins now, and it's 20 to win the season. So he's almost guaranteed to win next week.
Oh shit!
So I'm fucked, basically. I'm fucked, unfortunately. All right, just touch on my team. So the 2 transfers I've made, I've brought in 2 Liverpool players, but I went for Robertson and Mane because I just thought it's differential time.
Differentials, yeah.
No point bringing in Trent and Salah. So just going to hope that Robertson and Mane do the business. Obviously, Robertson, the slight risk that Simicast play a game like last time.
True.
But that's the risk I'm just going to have to take.
Yeah, you can't keep up with like City and Liverpool are still in like every competition going, isn't it? So there's going to be rotation. You just got to accept that. You can't really second guess it. You just got to. Yeah, it's important to have at least one good player on the bench, really, because which I think we've had all season. We've had pretty strong squads, haven't we? So it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. James is on an orange, but you're saying he's basically not going to play, is it? But
yeah. So who have you got coming on?
Livramento at the moment at home to Watford.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, Jimenez is still tempting, but
I would play Jimenez over Broja, I reckon.
Yeah, like what's this whole Jimenez not starting?
Yeah, it is risky.
And Watford are shit, so I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just the home fixture really. And then I'm a bit I've got a decent amount of doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles. Only -4.
What's up with Cancelo?
I don't know actually.
Illness. I haven't seen that. I better check that out.
But if not, if I have Livramento and Thomas coming on, it's not it's not a disaster. It's not the best. But yeah, I'm a bit torn. I say Maximan obviously as well is still dodgy, but I'm a bit torn between Mane and Son for captain.
I'd go Mane, I think.
What do you reckon?
Just
United Son is the sort of player who away against against Man City scored away from home against the big teams, he might leave him chances for count. He is a prime player for those games.
Yeah.
So at the moment I've gone Son, but I'll think about that. I might change that. I don't know. I think I'm all right for a -4. I'm quite happy with my team for this week, but it's next week where it's going to be a bit of a killer. But like you said, I think a lot of if you saved your second free hit, happy days. If you haven't, then you're a bit fucked, basically.
Yeah.
No
one's going to have any free hits left after next week, I'm sure, because you can't get away with not free hitting next week if you've got one. So
unless you're Matt and you think that for some reason you're just going to give the week a miss. Seems like I don't know what the thought process is there exactly. I don't think giving a week a miss is really a tactic in fantasy. It's not really not advisable anyway. He's still got a football captain as well. So I mean, yeah, you do you, Matt. You do you, mate. Don't let me tell you what to do. I'm out of the sugar. So
one thing I know for sure next season is that I'm going to leave my chips until the last possible moment to play them, because every season I use them too early, and then something pops up where it's like, fuck, I could have used it there. Like, it would have been absolutely ideal. I just get carried away and just think, oh yeah, this is a bench boost. Like, I used to think that was one of the best chips, but I think wildcard is the most important. The second wildcard is the most important chip.
Yeah, well, that's what smashed it for me last year. I played it early, albeit I did play it, but that's what really got me away from the pack last year.
Yeah.
I'm under the mentality I don't use any free hits in the first half of the season. Then as soon as I get to and not free hits, any bonuses first half of the season, like I'm completely against it, even though there's no real it could still work out. But then as soon as it gets to Jan, I just start fucking playing them left, right, and center. I think I've still got the bench boost. Actually, it's the last one I've got, but I don't.
Yes.
I'll save that until the last few weeks. So I imagine.
Yeah, I think there's meant to be a double in game week 36, quite a big one. So I would leave it for then and start building a team once those fixtures are announced for that.
Also, it's nice to have something in the pocket for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You're just behind someone or you're just in front of someone, you know, it could make the difference. Yeah. All right, cool. I think we'll leave it there. I think we've had like 4 to 5 viewers the whole time here, which
cheers, lads.
Considering we didn't send the link to anyone or anything until about 2 minutes before we went on air. So appreciate that for those that did tune in. And yeah, I appreciate you guys for sticking with us the whole season. Really, like I think over the summer we're gonna do some work to try and build the channel a bit. We're kind of treating this year as a bit of a test run for the whole season. But next year,
development. Yeah,
I think next season we're in a prime spot to be the number one fantasy pod out there. I'd say.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a few
devices. I did think it was weird. Imagine, I mean, do that every week. I like to see that extra number.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, sound.
All right, good luck, lads.
Yeah, good luck, everyone. Have a good weekend, and we'll catch you next week.
Cheers.